watching a master at work.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Welcome to another episode of Tell It Like It Is. I'm Johnny Dollar, my buddy Joe Stovall. I'm back, y'all. What's going on?
March Madness still rolling, man.
March Madness is mean.
Now, where you been?
Man, I've been, March Madnessing, man. I've been just March Madnessing.
March Madness.
March Madnessing, man.
All right, man.
Can I have my own spring break?
You took, where you go, Cancun?
I went to.
You know, I was watching BET and I thought I saw you down there. You, Joe Crack.
What kind of wig did I have on?
Oh, you were dreaded out. You might as well have a chin strap on with it because you could tell it wasn't yours.
Man. Yeah,
That
well,
wasn't yours.
with bells on it.
Shake your dreads.
Well, this is the best month for me, sports-wise. I have got to say, March. You know, you hate for college basketball to come to the end, but March, this is this close to being like better than the Super Bowl, man. March Madness college football is the best.
College football. See, I knew you went down to spring break, and that's the reason why I pulled this bottle out, because I knew what you was doing. You see this? I got it. I've been waiting for 2 weeks to
We've been drinking the brown bottle.
Let me see.
What is it?
I can't tell you.
College basketball, March Madness, y'all.
Now, you know one local squad that we had left, the Salukis, the Egyptian Dogs.
SIU Bulldogs. Them some Bulldogs.
Bulldogs lost their bite last night.
Yeah, man. They everybody said, well, they didn't lose by that much, but they lost. There's no such thing. You lost.
Out of here.
I mean, if you lose a game like Texas A&M when you miss a layup, then that's something different.
Right, and we're gonna definitely get to that. But Kansas, 61, SIU, 58. Salukis are gone. Kansas moves on.
Yeah.
Now the difference in last night's game was SIU, as well as they played, they couldn't shoot.
No.
36% from the field, man.
Some days you have it. Some days you don't.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes
you don't.
And they didn't.
I mean, but games like that, man, me being an athlete myself, you have got to elevate. You just got to be the Michael Jordan. Like, look, this is the time to shine. Everybody expects me and us as a team to lose this game. So when it comes down to crunch time, let me do what I do. You heard me? Oh, man. But, hey, y'all call in. If you got anything to say, Joe, what is wrong with you, man?
Oh, you said something about being an athlete, and I just started daydreaming, picturing you in them tight shorts and that fro looking like Fletch. 5'9" without the fro, 6'4" with it.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay, I'm back. My fault.
Call me Fletch. Ain't that up?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Right.
But if y'all out there and y'all want to talk to the athlete,
It's me.
call us. Tell like it is, UPTV, Channel 6. Now, we talked about there was Texas A&M played Memphis last
They're
night.
crying now, man.
AC Law is guilty. He's guilty. He blew a layup, crunch time.
That's not a layup. That's like a duck. I mean, nice move. Nice over the head move. Right hand layup. And he's just panicked. He just choked.
Now, and here's the hard part about the word choke. He been dropping D's on folks and B's on folks all season.
Yep. But man, I'm telling you,
Last night-
I think it's one of them adrenaline type of things. You didn't think they called this play, but you did not think they was going to be so open. He didn't think it was going to be that play's going to work so good, and he got down there and just.
And the thing about
Up short.
it was a sweet play.
Yeah.
A&M had to take the ball out, 8 seconds left on the shot clock. The ball was in the back court.
Yep.
And they ran the old school misdirection, wrong way Corrigan, go deep, whatever you want to call it. AC Law went deep, pass over the top, catch it, 2 bounces up.
That's it, man.
No good.
No good.
And because of that, you see the sign?
He was an idiot. But you know, he also before that, he missed a wide open 3-pointer
Right.
that he could have just knelt the game with. So I don't know.
Memphis. We had a caller last week call in talking about Memphis too. I know.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and he couldn't name anybody else in Conference USA. He had a good laugh, but couldn't name nobody else because we said Memphis is. And Memphis, you Tiger fans out there, that was one you stole. That was one you
real
stole.
lucky. You got real lucky.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from Memphis. You know, born on John Gaston Hospital. Yep, I'm a little bit of Memphis Tiger fan myself. You know, but I think it's a little bit of luck and a little bit of pressure. Now you just can't. He was open, but also he had a little bit of defensive pressure to where that altered his shot.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But you know,
it's over.
it's over, man.
Now, the team that Memphis is now going to play on Saturday, straight from the Big Ten, Bill Russell and the Ohio State Buckeyes.
And I think that's the last dance.
Did you see that block that Bill Russell got last night? Because I'm letting you know, right, that's Bill Russell. That's not Greg Oden.
And he looks like Bill too. You're right.
No, he is old as Bill Russell.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now. He's 75.
Right now.
Because you see after he made the block, no emotion. Because all he was thinking about is, I got to get home and
Did he get grandkids?
kids. Right. I got to drive the bus.
Grandkids waiting on me right now.
So I got to get out this. I can't even take a shower. But Bill Russell got the block. Ohio State was down 20 in the first half. Tennessee was on fire.
I told you this on the phone, and I was somewhere watching the game myself, okay? Mm-hmm. I think at halftime, Ohio State was down 17.
They were.
Down 17 at halftime. I'm telling people, if anybody can come back from a 17-point deficit, it's Ohio State. I told you that over the phone. The reason because of their quickness, of their shooting ability behind the arc, and the inside presence. But Oden didn't help them win that game last night. He didn't play half the game. He was on the bench.
Only played, what, 18 minutes?
Right. But I got to give one of your favorite words. This is where you're known as. I got to give kudos.
Give
them.
what?
Kudos.
One more time?
Kudos. Give it up, Big Ten fans. I'm telling you. You know, I know you upset Illinois there, but I'm a Big Ten man. Kudos to Ohio State Buckeyes for not panicking. Not panicking. They played ball. I don't know what Thad Matta told them cats at halftime. You know.
I know he told him.
He must call his dad from Houston Eastland or something. He goes, Dad, I'll tell you what, I'm telling you, we're getting whooped, Dad. What was that play we ran in Houston Eastland when we played Georgetown? You remember that play?
It's called the swinging gate.
That's what I need to run. Thanks, Dad.
But don't get caught watching the paint dry.
And he came out in that phone. He said, I just called my dad back from Houston Eastland. Tell you what, Odin, Bill, whoever your name is, you call your grandkids, tell them wish you luck or something. But we got to get this game.
And Ron Lewis got hot.
Hot.
25. Now, Ron Lewis transferred from Bowling Green, now fifth-year senior, and he's balling. But here's the other one, though. Mike Conley Jr.
He is.
Pew!
And his dad you see his dad just arms crossed, you know, saying to himself, I'm so proud of that kid. He come from my loin. He come from my loin. If it wasn't for me, that kid would be.
I think he held up his gold medal, too. You know, Mike Conley, triple jumper back in the day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Ohio State, now they take on Memphis Saturday. Now, Bill Russell in the middle.
And I think he's going to have a big game because he's going to have to think about, hey, a lot of people, and I've been watching ESPN, a lot of these sports broadcasters talking about Ohio State's better without Odin. Maybe in some games, but not. I don't think so.
No.
Because I believe Odin is going to have a big game against Memphis. And I believe, you know, Thad's going to sit down, the assistant coach is going to sit down and say, hey, look, we need you, big cat.
Oh, and he's going to be there.
We need you. We got us out of foul trouble. You can't block everything. That's what he can't. You can't block everything, but he can block most of them.
Right.
But
I'm going to tell you what the key matchup, you talk about Odin, Joey Dorsey plays for Memphis in the middle. kind of one of them dudes, little.
You think he on something?
He little. You see when he fouled out last night, what he do? He took his jersey off. He over there on the sideline and his wife beat her.
And you know what would you do as a not only as an AD of the school, but you ain't in the NBA, man.
Right.
Number one, they don't allow that in the NBA now. But here you are, you're a kid playing college ball.
And now you found out, so.
And now you found out you want to take your jersey off? Like,
man, it's a pickup game.
Hold on, player.
I got next.
Hold on, player. I'm not going to trip right now, but you lucky this is our last game because it definitely would have been yours.
Thank you. So that's the reason why, if he pulled a stunt like that, that's a selfish move on his part because he forgot it's not the name on the back, it's the name on the front.
Or unless he been to the gym and got swole or something and he want to see something, or got a new tattoo or something.
Is that the move he was trying to do?
I don't know, man. But sometimes when you lose, you just want to, okay, Mom, just watch you. If we lose, I'm going to show you something. Or his girlfriend, Bonita, just watch me.
Mm-hmm.
He made it a little.
Right, and then they end up winning the game.
Yeah.
So I think that's a selfish move.
Out the poppy.
And I think what's going to happen, Bill Russell going to pop him Saturday. Yeah. Bill Russell going to pop Joey Dorsey. Watch that matchup in the middle. Now, the last game last night, Pitt and UCLA.
What about your big man in the middle for Pitt?
He stinks.
Huh?
He stinks.
No.
He stinks. Okay?
Man, Joe, don't say that.
I'm sorry, but he stinks.
Let's see if the caller think he stinks.
Caller, tell us where you're calling from. Tell us your name. Tell it like it is.
Yes, this is Mr. Burnett calling from El Paso, Texas. Is this Mr. Stovall?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? It was a privilege hanging out with you last weekend. I guess I saw you at 2 or 3 different gyms. But I wanted to continue our conversation about Memphis and the Conference USA.
Please, continue.
Well, their study proving the world wrong. They just beat up on Texas A&M.
Oh, that hurt. Say that one more time.
But I mean, it's reality now.
They beat up on Texas A&M?
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a beat up. I mean, they played good physical ball. I wouldn't call it a beat up.
Maybe a split.
A beat up is like when Ohio State took the first half.
That was right. They took a 9 count.
That's a beat up.
Memphis, Texas A&M, that was a split decision.
Oh, that was a split decision?
AC Law makes a layup. We ain't having the same conversation. I don't think you calling me.
Yeah, well, I would be calling you bragging on Texas A&M because I'm a big Billy Gillispie fan. And on that note, who do you see going to Kentucky, Billy Gillispie or Calipari?
Right now, excellent question there. If folks out there don't know, Tubby Smith broke camp. He's not in Kentucky anymore. And we told you here last week, I'll tell it like it is, that Tubby Smith was leaving Kentucky, and don't nobody listen to me.
Did you tell him?
I told him.
You told him?
I told him last week.
You told him last week?
I told him last week.
On this show?
Tell it like it is.
And they didn't believe you?
They didn't believe. The dude who called in said, well, what do you think about Carolina and Kentucky? I said, Tubby Smith gone. They're building a $30 million facility down there. He's gone. He laughed at me. Well, back to what he just asked. Who's going to be there? Calipari? From Memphis?
Calipari or Billy Gillispie?
Or Billy Gillispie? I don't think either one's going to leave. And here's why I say that.
I think Gillespie said it, Texas A&M.
He said it, Texas A&M.
Yep.
They writing fat checks down there, and some of these ADs are going to start stepping up to the plate, giving these guys some extensions because they don't want them to leave. Because if Gillespie leaves Texas A&M, with all the success they've been having just in the 2-3 years he's been down there, they got to start all over again. They don't want to do that.
Well, that's why Tubby is leaving because, Kentucky is a right now fan. They ain't got time to wait. They ain't got time to wait on MTD.
Right.
They need a taxi to come right now and save them.
You're right.
So Billy Gillispie is known for turning programs around in a year or less.
But I think right now, with the fact that Kentucky's getting ready to build a $30 million complex down there, I think they'll bring in somebody different. I'll throw this out here as a wild card. Chris Lowry, the coach, SIU, he did big things in just 3 years down there. He's young, he's energetic, and he can recruit. And that's what Kentucky needs because Tubby wasn't getting the top 50 talent down there like they were accustomed to in the Bluegrass State. So look for somebody like that. I think Gillespie stays at A&M, and I think Calipari stays at Memphis. I think they got enough money down in both of those programs to keep those guys around.
But don't be surprised. You never know. You never know.
Right. Things get crazy.
I like Chris Lowry at Illinois.
Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later in the show, Burnett, because we don't want nobody firing on us in the first 15 minutes.
Okay. Enjoy the conversation, sir.
Appreciate it. Take care. Tell it like it is.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Yeah, Tubby Smith. Phew.
But I think Tubby's a good man from Minnesota, man.
He's a good man from Minnesota. All these man, we got a lot of coaching changes going on in the NCAA, so we'll talk a little bit about that. But as I said before we took the call, big man in Pitt stinks. Pitt's out, UCLA's in.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday, Kansas takes on UCLA for the right to go to the Final Four.
Big gas gonna be a good game.
Ohio State, as we said earlier, takes on Memphis.
Blowout.
How's your bracket going? I know my bracket right here. Let me see. If my life was dependent on this bracket, I'm a dead man.
Well, I'll probably be on life preserve, but I'm not doing too bad. I am not doing too bad at all.
You're not doing too bad?
Not too bad.
I still got Ohio State left. Still got Georgetown left. Still got Kansas left. And if Florida wins tonight, I still got Florida left. Mm-hmm. And if Oregon wins, still got Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
So, I messed that up. Florida beats Oregon tonight. Still got Florida. So that's what I got going on. But hey, how's your bracket? Give us a call. UPTV. Tell like it is. Now we got 2 stat girls tonight.
Wow. A stat girl and a stat young lady.
Young lady. And the stat young, hey, stat girl.
She just showed up.
But check out stat young lady. There we go.
And you know, she decorated the set for us.
Did an excellent job putting the set together. And
Kudos.
handled the first call like a professional.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Well,
we don't tell like it is. You messed up on that first call.
but hey.
But you tried.
She tried.
You did an excellent job.
Did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Excellent job there. But like I said, how's your bracket doing? Tournament's winding down.
Yep.
Georgetown and Vandy's playing tonight. Carolina is playing against US. And as I said earlier, Oregon and UNLV are playing. And Florida and Butler are playing. So folks want to give us a call here. Tell it like it is. UPTV Channel 6.
Call in. Let us know who's going to be the upset. What's going to be the upset this weekend?
What's the phone number? I used to. I get a phone number. What is the phone
Stat
number?
girl, what's the number here?
What's the phone number? It's on the screen. 384-2452, 384-2452. Give us a call, UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is.
Tell it like it is. That's like a song. Tell it.
Don't say, please.
Get it.
You know what?
Give us your upset. There's going to be one upset this weekend. Can you pick it? There's going to be one upset. Is it Butler? Will Butler beat Florida?
No. Not gonna happen. Not gonna do it. Not gonna happen.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. We got an update. And it don't look good for my bracket. Vanderbilt 32, Georgetown 24 at half.
Yeah.
Man,
Not
don't
bad,
be
you know.
bringing me mess like this.
Well, I think, Georgetown prevail.
They better come back.
They'll prevail. We got a call. Call her. Tell her like it is. What's your name? Where you at? Where you from?
Champaign, Illinois. Bootleg King once again.
BLK.
Bootleg.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey.
I know we talking March Madness, but I think all the top seeds are going to prevail today. So, we can move on. I got a small question that I think it's being overlooked in that's Cardinals baseball right now with a little drinking and driving.
Overlooked?
Yeah, I think it could be brought up a little more.
Well, Bootleg King, have you noticed what we've been doing tonight?
I noticed that. That's what made me think of that subject.
And because of what happened down in Florida,
right?
In honor of Coach La Russa, if any of you guys don't know out there, Tony La Russa, the manager for the St. Louis Cardinals.
This is funny. This is funny.
He was at the intersection. He was at the stoplight.
At the stoplight.
And all of us know green mean go.
Yeah.
Is that, you sure?
I guess green mean go. Where I come from, green mean go.
Okay.
And green came up twice for Coach La Russa.
Well.
Twice.
He was sitting there.
Chilling.
Had a little Ludacris playing.
Maybe the navigation broke down.
Is that what it was? His GPS. He was trying to see where he's at. But anyway, undercover cops came up and knocked on his window.
Kind of like that movie Up in Smoke.
There you go.
You know, with Cheech and Chong.
And he said, Coach.
And he looked out at the police officer. You can keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
Could you step out the vehicle, please? Tony La Russa blew a .093.
That's correct.
Now, here's the deal. How long was he asleep at the intersection?
Because, you know, they say every minute you relax and sleep, that takes off some of the alcohol beverages that's in your system.
So you think when he stopped there, he was probably a .15 and slept off about .06 of that?
Oh, I think he definitely slept some of it
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Now here's the thing that I got a problem with. The media is giving him a pass on this.
Definitely, that's what my question is.
The media is giving him a pass because Coach La Russa got bailed out at 8:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
He went straight to practice, still had his tight St. Louis Cardinal jersey and pants on, and said, you know, I'm embarrassed, it is what it is. And I thought he was going to do the Jimmy Swaggart. I have seen him.
Right.
What is that?
Well,
And then they let it go?
Yeah.
Well, we ain't letting it go.
I'm not letting it go because
You
they
don't let
didn't
it go,
Dr. Willis
BLK,
go.
and I'm not letting it go.
I'm not letting it go either.
Tell it like it is, ain't letting it go. Because just like what we said about the basketball players here, that was the first time he got caught. But it wasn't the first time he did it.
That's right.
There you go.
It ain't like Tony La Russa said, you know what? I'm going to celebrate the World Series in March.
Correct.
Show an example, La Russa.
Come on.
Show an example, La Russa.
And as a Cardinals organization, should they any type of fine, suspension, or should they just, you know, he got a standing ovation at the game.
Oh, but of course.
You know what?
But how crazy
They
is
handle
that?
that.
How crazy is that?
And you know why it's crazy? Everybody's a critic till it happens to one of their own.
But you know, it's just like now, that could be like a little sales pitch. Drink and drive.
Well, you know the Cardinals are at Anheuser-Busch Stadium.
You know
There
what
you
I mean?
go.
Maybe he was, hey, here you go.
Tony La Russa. Drink and drive.
Delicious. So we're not going to let it go, BLK.
Okay.
So I appreciate you calling,
That was,
bringing
good,
it
that
up.
was a good call. man.
Excellent call, because we was going to bring that up in the second half, but that needed to be brought up in the first half.
Drunk.
BLK,
You're drunk.
tell it like it is. He's a what?
He's
He's
an
an
idiot.
idiot.
Thank you.
Holla at you.
Right
Take
on.
care.
We got another caller. Caller.
No, not yet, because you know she got them fingers.
She got.
It is not that fat.
But you know, I'm telling you like it is too. That's crazy. You get stopped at a red light and you breathing a 0.9, you going to Giselle. You heard me? You will not get a standing ovation.
No.
You will not get a pat on the back.
No.
You will not get a rub on the head and say, hey, don't worry about it, I take care of everything.
It's correct.
Forget about it.
He's a what?
He's an idiot.
Thank you.
Caller, what do you think? Tell it like it is. Johnny Dollar Joe Stove.
Man, it's Tony La Russa.
Oh, Tony, you know what? We just got to talking about you.
And now you going to call in.
Now you tell us the script, because I'm telling you, we got something for you, player.
This is a good show. This is a good show, but I'm wondering why you're talking about me like that.
Why you at a red light, man, drunk?
Not drunk, sleep.
Sleep drunk. I understand when you're tired, when you're drinking, you want to get some rest, but not in the middle of the street, man.
Pull over. Pull over.
Anyway, I wasn't drunk. But anyway, I'm calling about the upset. The upset of the weekend.
Give me the upset of the weekend.
Tony, before you give us that, how do you know who was playing? You was sleeping at a red light, man.
Somebody told him.
What did you got? Who you got, man?
Butler will beat Florida.
Wow, big one.
Well, let me explain to Coach La Russa, because I guess he just started drinking again. Florida's 35, Butler 29 at halftime. So, Coach, your thoughts?
What do you think, Coach? He sleep.
People can come back, right?
Yeah, well, it's just like you can go back to the bar.
You came back. You woke up, went to the jailhouse, and you were back out there coaching in 12
Hey, who
hours.
bailed you out, Tony?
Right. Who came and got you?
Butler over Florida. That's all I wanted to say. Butler over Florida.
Yeah, that's all you have to
That
say.
just
All
said-
right, Tony.
All right, we'll holler at you.
Yeah, we'll see you
hey,
later.
Here's to you, Tony.
And Heiser. Good.
Good. When you say but.
When you say, I don't know that song.
Bud Bush.
Tony Russo got some nerve calling the show, man.
He does.
Tripping like that.
Talking about Butler over
You know,
Florida.
and then not only he got to be drinking, Butler over Florida.
And then I give him the
said
score.
He wasn't drinking.
And they say, your team can come back, can't they? You came back from the bar.
Come on, man.
Give that up, coach. Give it up. Well, last week, the orange and blue season ended. Illinois lost to Virginia Tech.
Let's have a moment of silence.
Moment of silence for Illinois.
For 5 seconds. Okay.
All right, we're done. Back. Season's done, 23-11.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
For not for not a star player on the team. You just got a bunch of people that play basketball. Not bad.
Well, but let's look at how the thing went. First of all, we had some off-court stuff.
Yeah.
Driving. We just talked to Coach LaRussa.
Yeah.
Maybe he can come on up here and do a counseling session.
Right.
Some driving things.
I don't think so.
On the court, I think everybody got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I think even Coach Weber, I think he sprained his foot
Yeah.
trying to kick folks to get them in gear to get on the court. But with all that said and done, Illinois went 23-11. Based on where they were seeded in the tournament, they got 6th in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
First round NCAA. Lost to Virginia Tech, as we all saw last week.
Yep.
They lose Marcus Arnold, Warren Carter, and Rich McBride. Graduation. They're done.
Yep.
First of all, what would you say in the year review for the Illini? How do you think they did?
Well, I think they done on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna give them a 7.
You give them a 7.
I give them a 7. I think you got to give Weber a little credit. Weber don't have the top names. He don't have, like someone said. I was listening to the radio. Someone said Illinois needs a stud. Somebody that okay, it's time for me to take over. And they didn't have that. They just had a whole bunch of players.
Right.
Frazier. I think he needs I think he really needs to work on his game.
He needs his feet fixed first.
Randall, you really do need to work on your game. And
need to get his head right.
that's all about working on your game. And these guys, man, I don't know who they got coming in, but I think they had a good season. I think Weber done good for what he had. But they blew a game against Virginia Tech that they could have won.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I give them an A-.
And that's like a 7.
No, it's
7?
like about an 8.5, 9. No, A- is like a 9. 9.5.
Glad you weren't grading my papers.
Y'all had papers back then?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're straight up.
But I give him a A-, or give him a 9 on a scale of 1 to 10 because of the following. We just talked about the off-court incidents. We talk about the on-the-court injuries that happened. Everybody talks about the lack of talent, so to speak, that the team had. And with all that being said, I look at them and I look at another program that a lot of people are giving a pass to, just like Tony La Russa. I look at Duke. Duke has a plethora of top 50 talent. They may be freshmen, they may be sophomore. But what happened with Duke?
Number 1.
They got put out of the tournament first round by VCU. They were a 6th seed.
Shouldn't have been there.
And they shouldn't have been the number 6 seed.
They shouldn't have been in the tournament.
And Coach K didn't have half the problems that Coach Weber had. And based on that, that's why I give the Illinois basketball program, well, all the stuff that happened, if you now step back and look at what they did, I give them an A- in terms of what they did. With all the things that went wrong this year, half of that stuff won't even happen next year. Mm-hmm. They won't have the injuries. They definitely won't have the off-the-court stuff because they ain't going to let them drive. That little short bus going to be picking them all up. But the other thing, coaching staff, you got to give them credit. They kept the team together in terms of that.
And what a lot of these, Division I and any college that got, like we spoke about this earlier, when you got these kids coming in, you're responsible for them.
Your mama, your daddy.
Even at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're at home in bed in your big nice house watching your plasma, and here your basketball players on campus somewhere hanging out 2 or 3 in the morning. You got to keep an eye on these cats.
Right.
You got to give them a curfew. I think you should give these kids a curfew as far as, okay, it's the weekend, you're here at this time. And then at that time, give them a call or check on them just like they get in your car.
Yeah.
Check on them. Them are your kids. You're responsible for them. That's how I feel. If I send a kid off to school, especially far away from home, and especially if you come and get him, you want to recruit my son,
Right.
and okay, coach, I believe you. I trust in you.
Well, next year, they got McCamey coming in from St. Joe, 6'3", 220 point guard. He should have an immediate impact. They got Watkins coming out of Compton, California, shooting guard. Then you've got Bill Cole from Peoria, and you've got Mike Tisdale coming in from Riverton. So they got 4 players coming in as freshmen. Got another scholarship left, maybe JUCO player.
Right.
They may not go back to the Final Four next year, but I think Illinois basketball will be improved over this year.
Okay. We got a caller, Joe.
We got a call? Caller, tell us your name, where you're calling from. Tell it like it is.
Hello.
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 So what do you guys think the curfew ought to be for our basketball players?
What was that?
He said,
What do you think the curfew should be for our basketball players?
Wow. Well, I think, especially game time, school night, I'm saying, no later than midnight, 1 o'clock at the latest. I mean, they can't be out 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm telling you, if you're out 2, 3 in the morning, there's only a couple of things you can be doing.
Well, I mean, I agree with you, sir, that there's not much difference between 1 and 3. I think if you a college ball player, you also have to set example for our younger high school players that's coming up.
Yeah.
I think, midnight should be more than late enough for a college ball player.
I agree.
but I'm going to be devil's advocate, though.
Excuse me?
I said, I'm going to play devil's advocate about the curfew. I don't think you should have a curfew because they are here as young adults. They're here to grow as young men. And part of it is having some self-responsibility and self-discipline.
Okay.
So when given the privilege to play on a Big Ten basketball team, a football team, et cetera, you've got to be able to say to yourself, the choices that you've made up to this point in your life, you had to make some sacrifice. So at this point, you got to continue to make those sacrifices if you want to continue to participate on the team. Because at some point, the coaches can't be everywhere.
Well, exactly. Just like parents can't be everywhere.
Exactly. And that's why they're here to learn.
Exactly.
So
but they're
sometimes
also here,
they're-
just like you said, they're also here also to grow up as, responsible men. But, like you said, we can't keep an eye on these kids. But you at least, everybody got rules. Even the grown, everybody got rules.
But how do you enforce that, though? That's the reason why I'm playing devil's advocate. How does it, if I'm a coach, I got 15 young men on my team, and I got 3 or 4 assistants, and they out recruiting and doing other things, and I'm the head coach, and maybe I got to go do some other things.
Okay.
How do you enforce a rule like a 1 o'clock or midnight curfew?
Okay,
how do you do that?
Hey, I'm gonna just tell them like this. Hey guys, practice over with. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Everybody's back in your room or wherever you got to go at midnight. I'll be to check on you. I'm gonna call or some way I'm gonna find out where they're gonna be at midnight. They may sneak back out when I go back to the crib and sleep, but at midnight, like the caller said, something's got to be done, man.
I agree. I mean, if you got a midnight curfew, you don't have guys getting into trouble and having accidents and doing some of the things that they're doing is irresponsible. So I must have to agree with John Towns, and I thank you, Joe Snow and John Towns, for accepting my call.
Appreciate it. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, caller. Man, you got to do something with these cats.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is this. I'm not saying you don't do anything,
right,
but I figure at that point, the responsibility that you've had to go through as an athlete up to that point, you understand rules.
Yep.
You understand on the basketball court,
yep,
you hit somebody illegal, it's a foul.
Yep.
You do something illegal with the ball, it's a turnover.
Yep.
Same thing with your self-control and self-responsibility. I tell you to hear the rules and you go out and get in trouble, you're going to suffer the consequences.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, caller, what you got to say about it? Tell like it is.
What it do, Joe Peeps? How you doing?
Excellent, excellent.
Good, Johnny Dollar. How you feel?
Hey, how you feeling?
I'm feeling excellent.
Good.
Man, I was calling to inquire, to speak on that curfew situation. I heard the last caller say that he agreed with John. And, everybody got their own opinion of things. But I agree with Joe. You know what I'm saying? You got to be responsible for what your own actions are.
Okay.
You can't I don't think you should be able to put a curfew on a player, because a lot of ball players that's out there at 2 or 3 in the morning,
Okay.
They're not on the same thing as other ball players.
Well, okay.
You got to be accountable for your own actions, man. You know, you are a young adult. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make decisions that's going to affect you now as well as your future. So, you know, I don't think I just have a 12 o'clock curfew. You know, these are young men. You know, and everybody that's on a basketball team is not 18, 19 years old. These 21-year-old, they're adults.
There you go.
But not most of them.
They got to be able to hold their own.
There's a lot of 18, 19-year-old kids in college. Now, let me just say this, Joe. Here you are, you're a big-time recruiter, Division I school. You go get this kid, giving him a full ride. You spending money, you know, getting him here, set him in his room and everything like that. And then halfway through the season, he's out to 3 in the morning, got a DUI, he's in jail. I mean, don't you feel like you done wasted your time doing what you did?
No, I don't feel like I wasted my time. I feel like that he made a decision that's going to cost him his future, or what's going, you know, how it's going to reflect on his basketball as well as academical.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree, but
You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think I wasted my thing because I put in my work to get him here. I put in my work to, you know, to teach him everything that I need to teach him. Man, I could guide him and say, man, don't do this, try not to do that, try not to be out that late. But I don't think that I should feel bad about that because I didn't make that decision for him.
you're right. But
Kid wasted opportunity.
I'm not saying you follow the dudes around every single where they go.
I know.
But you just can't get people in your schools and then just, okay, here's where you stand. We got practice at 8 in the morning, 6 in the night, and then just after that, let them go.
That's his responsibility when he signed out. Let
That's a part of growing, though. That's a part of
what he had to
growing.
do.
That's the reason why you leave home.
Right.
Your
You know, you
parents,
consider
your
yourself
parents
an
set a
adult.
foundation in terms of right and wrong, but they entrust in you that you're gonna go out there and make the right decision. You didn't make all the right decisions, did you? But your parents didn't pay for the decisions you made. And my point is, these coaches shouldn't pay for the decisions these kids make. The coaches can only do so much. And you gotta grow up as a young man. As Joe said, it's not the coaches wasting time, it's the kids wasting opportunity.
You know-
because if you come here, what are you trying to do? Better yourself as an individual.
I think the only reason you and Joe agree with each other because number one, both y'all name are Joe, and both y'all shave y'all mustache the same way. Forget about it.
Hey, read the sign. You're an idiot.
Hey, thanks for calling, Joe Pete.
Not a problem, bro. Y'all be good.
Yeah, man.
You're excellent call, Joe.
You always say, call him. Are you on my side or his side? Tell it like it is.
They ain't got to be on my side. Sometimes when you're right, you're in the minority.
Yeah. Hey, caller, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening?
Ain't nothing to it. Hey, don't they got a curfew like in the NFL and the NBA? When it's time for game time?
Yeah, they do.
We just had the Super Bowl and stuff like that. They had restrictions on what they could and couldn't do and how late they could be out and stuff.
You're exactly right.
Yep.
But there's nobody watching those guys. They make the decision if they come in after curfew, they either suffer the consequences not playing in the big game, or they pay a fine or something of that nature. So once again,
But somebody is
the
watching
rule.
them.
But
Somebody got to be watching.
Somebody's watching them.
if they getting caught.
But here's the thing. It still falls on the player's shoulder.
Of course.
Because if I tell you 1 o'clock, you got to be here at 1 o'clock.
Okay, and if I don't,
You suffer consequences.
if I get there too, somebody saw me get there too, and they go, look, you screwed up.
Right.
And so you don't play.
Oh, exactly.
But you made the choice. What I'm saying is, I think we're talking apples and oranges. I'm saying the coaches should not be responsible for that.
well, I didn't-
It's the player.
Okay, I didn't say coaches to be responsible. I'm talking about the staff. Just like he's saying.
You've been drinking again.
Man, you got a good point. And I think them cats should be not babysitted. They don't believe in that, but they
Right.
should have some kind of, law. Hey, look here, guys.
I mean, and I'm pretty sure most of the parents feel that way. They sending these kids off and spending all that money.
Yep.
I mean, they're young and first time out the house. Somebody, at least the first year, should watch over them.
Exactly.
Oh, I agree. Freshman year, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But after that, there's got to be a little loosening of the reins because you still, ultimately, it falls on you. You got to grow up.
Right. Thanks for calling, man.
All right.
Right
Take
on.
care. We got another call, man, because you done got people upset.
No, I'm just telling it like it is, man.
No, you ain't.
Caller, what's your name?
Yeah, Matt.
How you doing, Matt?
Good. I disagree with the last caller. I mean, people have to police themselves. I mean, the Constitution precedes any NBA or NCAA restrictions or curfews, and
Matt, that is an excellent point. We live in a free society. We live under and we are governed by a rule of law, and if you break the law, there are consequences you suffer, correct? But the police doesn't sit there and babysit you and things of that nature.
Did you disconnect, Matt?
Did you?
Matt, you hung up. You called back.
Matt, you called back because you make an excellent point.
I
He
think-
even threw the Constitution in there.
Yeah, but I think Matt was in the truck with LaRussa, too.
No, Matt was
Matt, was you in that truck with LaRussa?
No, it wasn't. Matt, like the way you threw in a little civics lessons there. For those of you, I know y'all didn't have that in Georgetown, did you?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
You had that Constitution.
Y'all had one big red building, K through 12.
Like you got one finger on each hand because you really can't see it.
Man, stop talking about my hands. All right,
Well.
because you're an idiot. But now, we our responsibility. We talking about what these athletes should do. Well, Ron Gunther, athletic director, University of Illinois. Is he an athletic director or is he a fan?
Good question.
You know, last
question.
week at the Virginia Tech Illinois game, CBS Sports Line Greg Doyle was sitting 2 seats from him.
Boy,
And
didn't know who he was.
Didn't know he found out later.
Caller, do you know who Greg Doyle is? Tell it like it is.
Who is that?
Who is Greg Doyle?
Yeah.
He's the guy who wrote the article on Illinois' basketball program talking about Ron Gunther yelling at Coach Weber and yelling at a couple of the players on the court last week. That's who Greg Doyle
I
is.
know who he is. I know who he is from my high school days, yeah.
Okay.
Enough said. I know who he is, but I wish I didn't.
What's your question? What you want to know?
I just had a comment on that the last little thing y'all was doing about the players and whose responsibility it was.
Right.
Man, I have yet to have a job where it wasn't solely my responsibility to behave. So, of course it falls on the player. They getting paid all this money. You would think they would have a little bit of sense to go with it.
Right, and
Okay, he's talking about the pro level.
caller, what about on the college
Talking
level?
about any level. I'm talking about any level. It falls on that player. If you want to be privileged enough to be a part of a team or any type of, especially if you're getting paid to be a part of that team,
Get a
it's got to
scholarship,
fall
you
on
get
your
paid.
shoulders.
I
Got to
think,
fall on your shoulders.
I think
You think?
using the truck with LaRussa. He driving the SUV, ain't he? hey,
Caller.
you and Matt and LaRussa was at that red light together.
And he said, Coach, wake up.
I'm telling you. Hey, all right, thanks for calling, man.
Thanks, man.
That's
Hold
your call. Appreciate it. Tell it like it is.
Oh, wow.
Now, why you keep putting everybody in the truck with LaRussa if they
You
don't
know,
agree with you?
LaRussa got a lot of money, so he got a big old truck or van or something.
So you
Because
make
it had to be comfortable for him to just be.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Hey, relief pitcher.
No. Hey.
Oh,
Coach.
oh, okay.
But as we were saying earlier, man, before we went to the last phone call, Coach Gunther, or athletic director Gunther, because I'm going to call him Coach Gunther because that's what he wanted to be last week.
He was trying to check somebody, wasn't he?
Well, first he yelling at Coach Weber on, giving him advice on who to put in, who not to put in. Then he's up there yelling at players. Like our sign says tonight, you're an idiot. He called Warren Carter an idiot. Warren Carter came out, took the high road, said he didn't take it personally. First of all, classy man. Warren Carter's gonna go places. But you're the athletic director. You represent the entire athletic department.
Yep.
Is he at a wrestling meet over at Huff, yelling at Coach Johnson?
He bet not.
He'd get one of them things put on
if he yells at Coach Johnson, and Coach Johnson don't play,
No.
he don't play.
But that's the point. Do you go and pick and choose and cherry pick the athletic events you want to go to and then display this type of behavior to your coaches who you hire and fire?
Yep.
I know you are the head of the athletic department, but Coach Weber is brought here to do his job.
Yep.
Now, if you want to be the AD and coach, just like
he wants to be the
general manager
Right.
and coach like he in the NFL,
Right.
go on down there and do it. But the other thing is, if you want to be a fan, they got boxes that you can go up in these private boxes
Yell and
and
break
scream,
something.
break something, and do whatever you want. But when you're sitting down there and they talking about, I didn't know that there was a reporter around. So what if there was just regular fans? Is that okay? Is that okay for your conduct to be that detrimental to the university? University is already going through some sensitive things
And
with
that
stuff we
didn't
talked
help.
about earlier.
That didn't help.
And that did not help.
No, because Doyle bashed him.
Man, you know what he did?
He bashed him.
He beat him with this bottle. He beat him on CBS. If you haven't seen it, go on CBS Sportsline, read the article.
But Gunther, if you're really tough and if you really got a big mouth, if you really want to tell somebody off, go talk to Coach Grinch. I bet she won't let you run your mouth. I bet Coach Grinch will slap you, man. Coach Grinch will like palm me.
Well, first of all, he can't go to a basketball game and blend in because there's only 6 people at the women's game.
Oh, you wrong.
I'm sorry, 5.
Now, don't do that.
Hey.
I didn't say that.
I said it. I'm sorry.
I refereed y'all game that
Oh.
day. I didn't say that. You wrong.
You just want to check.
Yep.
Well, Coach LaRussa, I apologize to you. With 11 minutes left in the second half, Butler 43, Florida 42. Coach LaRussa did say,
Yeah.
things can't come back, can't
Hey,
they?
we got time.
They can come back, can't they?
There's time.
Yeah, there's time. He can come back. But hey, kudos to me. 36-36, Georgetown Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah.
15 minutes left in the
Georgetown
game.
prevail.
Georgetown, the big front
But
line.
that's one thing about the tournament. You don't want to see blowouts.
But you're not going to get any blowouts.
And you want to see last second winning shots, whether your team win or loses. But that's what makes March Madness.
Right. And it's crazy.
You know,
Now, we talked a little bit earlier about this, called Tubby Smith. UK, they lost last week to Kansas, and one of the boosters down there took out a full-page ad, basically want to run Tubby out on the rig.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what Tubby said?
hey,
You can't get me because I'm gone.
he quit before he got fired.
Right.
After the game, he went. I think he had his stuff already packed.
Let me show you what happened when the game ended. Coach Self, excellent job. You guys, good luck to you the rest of the tournament. Hey, man, you got that ticket ready in Minnesota? Yeah, okay. No, I'll be there Friday.
Or
Yeah.
else,
I'll talk to you. Hey,
Call his
congratulations.
wife. Call your wife, Tubby.
Honey, bags packed.
Call the kids. Talk to the kids.
Make sure the house is up, put the for sale sign up. Yeah, no, we are not going back to Lexington. Sorry about that.
And click.
That's a smart man. That's a businessman.
And you know what? Minnesota, y'all got somebody there that's going to bring players to Minnesota. I'm telling you, there's going to be some big names coming to Minnesota just because of Tubby.
But now because Tubby's gone, Steve Alford left Iowa.
New Mexico. He's in the pit.
He's a Lobo.
He's in the pit.
He's a Lobo. Los Lobos. So he's gone. So you got an opening in Iowa. You got an opening in Kentucky. You probably got to have some openings somewhere else after the tournament over with. As we said earlier, who gets the jobs, where they're going to go.
Yep.
What happened? Man, that beer is killing me.
Yeah.
I feel like, hold on a second. McGuire? McGuire? Oh, sorry about that. But Tubby Smith, great job, great move. He's up in Minnesota. He's going to do good things in the Big Ten. And think about it, Minnesota ain't been in the NCAA tournament since what, the 50s?
It's been a long time. I think they still got the same uniforms. I think they should, get new, because them some ugly. Tubby, get some different uniforms. Change it up.
All right, but wait a minute. You got to admit, you ever looked at Tubby? Can y'all put Tubby picture back up for a second? Look at Tubby. Don't he look like a little golden gopher?
He looks like
He looks like the golden gopher.
he looks like
He looked like a well-dressed golden gopher. So I think Tubby, he looked at the mascots and he said, golden gopher, that's me, I'm up there. So you're right. He's going to bring some recruits from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota, smart move. Tubby, even smarter move.
Mm-hmm.
Folks in Kentucky, y'all lost something good.
Yeah.
So they're going to have a little problem down there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talk about a lot of sports on Tell It Like It Is. Talk about baseball, talk about basketball, football, hockey. Talk a little hockey, we talk NASCAR. Did you hear about the murder of the cricket coach?
Tell me about it.
Bob Woolmer is the coach for the Pakistani national cricket team. They got put out of the World Cup of Cricket the other day by, I think it was Ireland. And now that they're eliminated, he was found dead in his hotel room down in Jamaica.
Got ate up by some crickets. Did the crickets eat him up, man?
The crickets didn't eat him up, man.
Oh.
You thinking of a different tournament.
I thought I seen the movie. Crickets ate the dude up. He's going back to take a shower in the hotel room. Came out the hotel room, went to bed. When he went to sleep, there was a whole bunch of crickets in the bed, and the crickets ate him up, and he was dead.
Wrong move.
Wrong move.
Wrong one. First of all, my first question is, who in the heck?
Want to kill a cricket coach?
Cricket coach. Say it 3 times fast.
Who want to kill a cricket coach?
Who want to kill a cricket coach? Now, the cricket coach was a big man because he used to play cricket himself for England.
Maybe he's one of the Sopranos.
Something. But here's the thing. They strangled him to death. Now, you know, folks go in, they do a hit. They go in and shoot the dude, stab him or something like that.
But they won't strangle the cricket coach.
They strangled the cricket coach to death.
They're going to be looking into that. I think.
But here's the problem. He got strangled in Kingston, Jamaica. Imagine the Jamaican police officer who came in to investigate the strangling of the cricket coach.
What do you think happened when they came in?
What I think happened? Yeah. Oh, man. Bumba Claude. They done strangled the cricket coach here, man. What's going on now here, man? We got to get to the bottom of this. First, me got to make a phone call. And he made the call. And then his boy came in.
Who was his boy?
You know, his boy came in and said, oh, the cricket coach. He done been strangled too, man. We got to Anna Nicole right here in our own place. What we gonna do? We got to call in other people, man. But first, let's go out here and hit some of the finest of the gunship. So they done tear the CSI. Look, ain't nobody taped off the room.
And footprints everywhere.
Footprints everywhere. Because you know, ain't got no shoes. They probably walking around in there barefoot, bringing it, just contaminating the crime scene. Cricket coach toe tagged. He dead.
Braids.
Hey.
You know, they just pull them out. And
pull them, right. So now the cricket coach is strangled. He's in Jamaica. And the Jamaican police are handling this investigation.
Now,
whoever did it, gone.
And you won't
know. There could be fingerprints on the cricket coach's neck.
Not in Jamaica.
Not in Jamaica. I just wanted to be sure that people knew what was happening out there, that the cricket coach is getting strangled. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I know we got, we 5 minutes. They gave us the sign, the 5-minute sign.
5-minute sign. I thought they were saying, hey.
Right. I thought the
hey.
stat young lady came out.
Hey, well, 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to shut up and get out.
Right. I thought she liked the little Jamaican cricket thing.
Joe, before you go on, I saw somebody last week. Mm-hmm. I was at a meeting, and I saw Mark Brownfield.
Okay.
And Mark
Brownfield Sports?
Brownfield Sports. And, you know, everybody knows Brownfield Sports. You know, everybody knows him. Big old guy, weigh about 320 pounds.
No.
Mark's a pretty big guy. Yeah. Anyway, he said.
What did he say?
He can't see your ears on TV. He says, he's giggling so hard I really couldn't understand him. He says, John, I watch you guys show, it's funny, but tell Joe, I don't know how he's hearing anything because I can't see his ears.
So he's saying I got little ears?
He said you got little ears. So I think he's gonna make you like a Brownsfield Sports shirt.
With a big ear on it?
With a big ear on it. Mark, could you get a shirt made and for Joe and just have one humongous ear put on it?
And then it'll say, I hear you. I hear you, Mark. But Mark Brownfield Sports, some good people, man.
Yeah. And
they take care of a lot of teams around town, various sports.
He does.
So Mark, I hear you. I hear you. Now, speaking of local stuff, they did the all-area basketball team, News Gazette the other day. Verdell Jones is the player of the year here in our area. And he deserved it.
Yeah.
18.6 points a game. He was joined on the team by 3 other local guys. Donald Stewart, who's a junior over at Champaign Central. Mikael LaShore, who's a junior at Centennial. And James Kinney Jr., who's only a sophomore. So I give, as you said, my favorite thing to give out, kudos to the young men here locally making the all-area team. There's some other guys on there, but I just wanted to mention that because these young men not only represent their schools, but they also represent their family and they represent the community. And they did a fine job. So kudos to those 3.
Another kudos.
Now, before we get off the air, there was a subject matter I wanted to bring up, you know, in terms of basketball.
Okay.
You know, the NBA, they talk about the issue of African American players diminishing in Major League Baseball.
Yep.
Well, the same thing's happening with Caucasian players in the NBA. We just don't have that many good white ball players anymore in the NBA. Which brings us to our last segment of the show. Now, you've watched a lot of NBA basketball for a long time. Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki get a lot of pub right now. Who do you think greatest white player NBA all time?
Well, I'm gonna tell you who I remember the most. And you know, he's so good that I hated him. I really did, because he was that good. That's Larry Bird. Larry Bird was so, you just hated for him to just get that last second shot. He was a guy that always wore the shorts above his navel. Look, you wouldn't pick him on your team if you was picking the starting 5, but he's the one that will hurt you from the outside, inside, and every now and then he'll get a dunk. You didn't think he could jump that high.
Did he sneak one in?
But Larry Bird, I'm telling you, he was a stunner.
Well, I got to say 2 players. First of all, Jerry West, because he's the logo of the NBA.
Well, I didn't get to see him play. So I'm talking about as far as what I've seen. Okay, I'm not that old. Thank you.
Now I know in Georgetown your aluminum foil sometimes fell off the rabbit ears and you couldn't see it. But I say Jerry West because, like I said, he's the logo of the NBA. But I have to agree with you, Larry Bird. And here's the thing: black, white, green, brown. Larry Bird get hot. And see what I like about Larry Bird?
With.
Oh, not only did Larry Bird ball you, but he talked to you.
It's over with.
Remember when he got Dr. J so upset that Dr. J and Moses Malone tried to beat him up?
It's over with.
You know. So that's who I think.
Yeah.
But next week, if you're watching UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is.
Same bat time.
Same bat channel. Y'all give us a call and let us know what's happening. First of all, kudos, Stat Girls.
Stat Girls.
Great job.
Coach. Cameraman.
Is Kenneth or Jason or Troy?
No different. All of them.
All of them say, just say cameraman.
Cameraman.
You know.
But thanks to y'all out there. Joe, thanks you again.
Man, welcome back.
Welcome back.
You gonna be here forever?
I'll be here.
We gonna be on Saturday next week. We're going to be on Saturday before the Final Four, UPTV Channel 6. Don't look for us Friday at 7 o'clock.
We won't be here.
We won't be here.
We won't be here Friday night. We'll be here Saturday. 7 o'clock.
It's that camera. It's that camera. You yelling at this one. It's that camera.
We'll be here
Saturday.
Not Friday, Saturday.
I think 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
We'll be doing a promo.
You are watching a master at work.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him.